The fields of honor at the Brookside and Transcona cemeteries will soon be filled with grade 6 students. It's all part of an effort to honor those who have served and died by having students place poppies on the graves of veterans. The program is called No Stone Left Alone and is meant to teach youth the importance of Remembrance Day and participating in ceremony. Joining us now is the Manitoba coordinator of the No Stone Alone initiative and Veterans Advocate, Peter Martin. Good morning, Peter.
Good morning, Rochelle. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's always good to see you. You're looking good. Tell us about No Stone Left Alone. You started this 11 years ago.
11 years ago, and we decided at the time to have all the grade 6 students come to the cemetery because we're trying to fill our field of honor. There's 325 graves, and we thought, oh, grade 6 would be a good year to start. And we get over 600 students from grade 6 alone come to the cemetery. 14 school buses will be arriving at 9:30 tomorrow. And I'll tell you, it's a sight to behold. When you see these buses arrive, the students get off single file, pick a grave in the field of honor, and through a little ceremony, honor those veterans.
And why did you want to start this 11 years ago? Why was this important to you?
Well, it's important, you know, students read about the battles of wars and those who served, those who paid the ultimate sacrifice, but bringing them out of the classroom into a field of honor where they read the inscription on the military headstone and actually understand that every single veteran was a person who had a family, who did something special. They were younger, they were older, but they're actually real people that you need to honor, as opposed to a group of soldiers. You're saying this is an individual from Transcona that we need to respect, honor, and say thank you and appreciate their service.
And they get to look upon all the different gravestones, which I'm sure is quite shocking to them.
It is, because they like I say, they read about it, but this being there and in a group, and it's a really an awesome thing to see in terms of participants, observers who are there watching these students, 600 students standing there quiet, not a noise, just respecting the honor of those veterans' graves.
And not only do you do this sort of ceremony in the cemetery, you actually go to the classroom and speak with the students and teach them.
Every year.
Tell us what happens in the classroom.
Well, in the class, I go in and I first of all ask them, do you have any relatives that served? Do you have any connection to any military service? And it doesn't matter what country. You're talking with some from Africa or other places. I say, talk about your relatives. Talk about how important it is they serve. Think about those relatives. And then I teach them how to do a salute. After my father, Paul Martin, as you've interviewed many times, he always did a salute, silent salute for the children. And I teach them how to do a salute, because at the cemetery, at the end of the field of honor, I have veterans beside me, including World War II, if there's any left, and there's one person left. I teach them how to do a salute to veterans. Thank you for your service, and the veterans respond, you're welcome. So it's a symbol of appreciation, and the students love that. They just are so interested in remembrance.
What do you see on their faces when they're there?
Oh, it's unbelievable. They look at, you know, like it's a real chance, like I say, to get out of the classroom and just to pay respect, as opposed to going in a group to a remembrance ceremony. They're actually there reading the inscription, listening to the ceremony, and actually doing something that's physical in saying, we honor your service, thank you.
You're always honoring veterans, Peter. You've had some of these gravestones that didn't have names. And you had a big year with that too. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, this is going to be the first year that 2 graves in our field of honor are getting a poppy, being honored. In fact, even being recognized. For over 23 years, 2 veterans were buried in the field of honor, and the only inscription was 290 and 301.
Wow.
Just a little metal plate. They had no gravestone, so I'm now part of the Last Post Fund, and we arranged a military headstone. After 23 years, they're finally getting an honor. So this year, I'm going to be making sure we honor those 2 graves that were missed. And it's a sad thing, but we can't undo what happened, but we can sure go forward on this.
Okay, so Remembrance Day is coming. What message do you have for youth and parents?
Well, just find a reason to remember. We have a great country here. Not everybody agrees on things, but that's because our ancestors fought for the right to have freedom of speech, freedom of everything compared to some other countries. So just remember that what we have today just didn't come easy. We paid a high price for our freedom. Appreciate what we have in this country. Appreciate your ability to disagree in a proper way. And we need to really remember and say thank you to those that served. Thank you to those and the families who paid the ultimate sacrifice. Well, they died on the battlefield and after, and they didn't come home.
Right.
And the anguish and the pain. So just remember all those who served.
Thank you to them, and thank you to you, Peter, for all your service here in our community. Thank you.